Plants vs Zombies 2. It's about time. Or just PvZ 2 now. I have been following this game since its release and have been very excited for each new update that developers were making, adding new worlds and plants. Plants vs Zombies is one of my first games that I have ever played, besides Angry Birds of course, and I was in love with it. And when I discovered that there was a second game coming soon, I was really happy. Even if unlike the first game, it was on mobile devices and had microtransactions, it did not bother me, and microtransactions were not that heavy back then. I still enjoyed the gameplay, the art style, the music and the content that this game had. Why am I telling you this? Just to say that nowadays, this game is completely dead for me. A lot of stuff and gameplay features that I enjoyed are now changed or cut completely in favor of the arena. Like, how could they remove the amazing soundtracks from this game and leave only the world music? That's blasphemy! And the plans nowadays not only are completely unbalanced, unoriginal and sometimes even useless, but also look fucking disgusting. Like, look at the idle animation of the most recent plant, Pamporcini. Does PopCap think it looks good? And don't let me start on the poor new decisions that the team made, like the mechanic of unlocking the plants from different worlds with seed packets without even playing it. Oh cool, now I can just unlock Primal Potato Mine and complete the whole game with only this plant. What a great game experience! Anyways, I think this intro went too long. TLDR, PvZ 2 now is kinda on the big downhill, and it pains me out to see it in such state. And I don't think I would ever experience the good PvZ 2 again. But suddenly, I am discovering this new mod that was released recently, and holy shit, this mod is what the game should be like. Let me talk about Plants vs Zombies 2 Reflourished. I think I should start from what this mod changes in the game. Everything. It changes everything. This mod rewinds the game to the state how it was back in 2017. So no leveling system, no arena, no mints, and no stupid ass microtransactions. It's all gone. Although the Penny Pursuit was quite nice concept. Now it's just the adventure mode, which got a lot of new things. First of all, the world expansions are back, and now as the actual levels, not the epic quests. And now, all 11 worlds have them, not just a couple. And they are completely reworked, so there won't be such bullshit levels like the final boss fight in Wild West. God, this level still gives me nightmares. Besides that, some premium plants like Snow Pea, Squash and etc. are now plants that can be unlocked by completing these hard levels. Actually, because there's no microtransactions now, most of the premium plants can be bought for gems, which now can be dropped from the zombies and can be earned from completing the adventure mode, and later with the Insanity quests. The epic quest plants, specifically Goldbloom, Electric Current and Aloe, are now unlocked through epic quests, as it should be, with an addition of Imp Pear as the new one. And other premium plants, primarily the season ones, have moved to the new world. Yes, you heard it right, there are more worlds after modern day, and not just one, but two. Well, 1.5. The second world has only part 1. So let's talk about them. Holiday Mashup is the first new world, and as you might see, this world is all about the holidays. Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving and more. It contains all the seasonal zombies that were in game, some new reskins, and even some new ones like Witch Zombie and Overstuffed Zombie. And each holiday group has its own passive effect, like for example, the luck of the zombie gang are now harder to stun. But there's more, this world has a ton of own gimmicks. First, the holiday drinks. Basically, they act like evil potions from Dark Ages, but there are far more variations of them, and each one has its own effect. and zombie can use one type of drink only once. New grid items, the gifts. When destroyed, they might include 100 sun or plant food or a plant inside. There's a lot of stuff that I did not mention, and overall this world is pretty big. So if you want, I would make a separate video talking about this world because it's very amazing. Definitely one of the highlights of this mod. I wonder if it will have an expansion too. Now let's talk about the second world, Steam Ages. It is actually taken from the Chinese version of the Plants vs Zombies 2, which still makes more unique content than the international version. As I said, this world has only part 1, but for what it has, it's pretty good. Although there are a lot of differences from the Chinese version, and thank God, because this world is a bugged, boring and unbalanced mess. The mod version seems to be much more polished. The world adds completely new plants and new zombies. Well, they're not that unique, but still something. And hey, the unused guy from PvZ is now here. Or Dark Ages, I don't know already. And like other worlds, this one has its own gimmick, the manholes. They basically spawn zombies which then go and eat your lawn. Can be quite a problem, but spawning defensive plant on the manhole and cellar stalker fixes it. Overall, this world is still unique, and I'm very excited for the part 2. Now let's talk about other changes that this mod has. And one of the most important things in it are balance changes, the thing that the original game needs. A lot of plants have been changed, some were nerfed, some buffed. Plants like Snapdragon, Primal Potato Mine, Cherry Bomb and Winter Melon, and most of the new premium plants that were added are now not that strong anymore, but plants like Citron, Shadow Shroom and Sunbeam have become really good ones, especially Sunbeam. This plant has turned from one of the most useless plants in game into a pretty useful one by just making it free. Although with some changes I quite disagree with. For example, Escape Route. This plant, besides using as another explosive plant, was quite useful in the Endangered Plants minigame, and now they removed both of the explosive plant ability and ability to swap with the endangered plants. Now I don't see anything useful in this plant. Some levels and mechanics have been changed, but not a lot. The big change that really infects the gameplay is the Jurassic Marsh dinosaurs. Now they are not that annoying and unfair, a lot of them got nerfed, and with the buff for Performance Room, Jurassic Marsh will become easier. Also, I feel like some levels have been nerfed to make them more fair, I think. Maybe just my skill in this game got better. Now let's talk about other stuff that this mod changes. Some of them are pretty small, but some are game changers. Now you can make more than one save file. This is already a good start though. The Treasure Yeti is back. Now he can appear in other worlds and drop some goodies. The unique podiums for Massive Attack and Zomboss Fight are back. The unique soundtracks are back, fuck yeah. The classic world unlock is back. Now to unlock the new world, you just need to complete the Massive Attack level. And I like how they use the unique key assets for unlocks. The Zen Garden boosts now work differently. Instead of getting plant fooded when you put the plant, now each of them has its own passive ability, like more health, reduced stun cost, or reduced recharge time. Icebreaker now has more levels to play, and each pack has its own remixed soundtrack of the original Icebreaker theme, which sounds awesome. The mystery gifts are back, which contain the plant costumes, free power-ups and sometimes even gems. Speaking of costumes, there are tons of new ones, which now you can get much easier, like buying from the shop or getting from piñata parties, which are actually different from the original game. Quite impressive. Besides using coins for power-ups, plant food and costumes, you can buy the bonus perks, like extra seed slot or more sun at the start. And the biggest change that I liked, the 60 FPS version of the mod. God, why original game doesn't have this? It's such a blessing. Phew, I think that's all the important stuff I mentioned. In conclusion, Reflourished is now probably my favorite PvZ 2 mod that I have ever played, even if I played only 2 mods, this one and Atlas, which is also good. I'm even gonna say this mod replaces the original game for me, because of how much content it has and how good this game overall feels. And now I'm excited to see what new stuff the mod team will bring us, like I was excited for the new updates of original game many years ago. You must check this mod if you're a big PvZ2 fan and support the developers. Enough said. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you like to see something different than Incredibox. Thank you for watching and see you soon.